I love my Marimo so much, and I was away for a week, and it got me thinking about Marimo and how they can apply to life. Prepare for Sappy. I was away from home for a week, and I really kept thinking about my Marimo of I need to twirl them. I need to make sure that they don't get bed sores. And twirling them literally just means y'all move them around in the water so that they don't have one spot stuck to a rock for too long and they get a bed sore. And so I drove home every night and rolled them at least once. And in nature, they're under a waterfall, so they're constantly moving and stuff like that, so they can get bed sores from sitting stagnant for too long. And the thing is, no, that probably won't happen in a week. They can get brown spots and stuff from bad water and from sitting and stuff for too long, but the thing is, like, it shouldn't happen within a week. It can, but it shouldn't. But I still wanted to make sure that every single day I twirled them and made sure that they had the proper care. And it got me thinking about how that applies to relationships. Katie and I have been going through a lot of struggles lately and stuff, just life has been pretty difficult. But it got me thinking of, I kind of sometimes leave up to the assumption that she knows I love her and care about her and care about her health and stuff like that and her emotions. And so I was like, I leave that a lot to assumption. Just the same as Marimo. I was like, I could have just left it to the assumption that they'll be okay. I don't need to go home every day and twirl them. But it does help a whole lot, and it can keep them strong and thriving. Because I twirl them every day, I've actually had Marimo that have had splits and have been broken off of other Marimo, which means that Marimo was sick and it started separating their asexual plants. Whenever I twirl them every day, I actually notice that they have bonded a lot faster and stuff. Like, these ones had been very broken apart from another Marimo that was very depressed. And yet that's a little bit of still not bonded, but that's so much better than where it was a few months ago. But it's because I twirl them every day, I give them just basic care. I could assume that they don't need that it'll be okay for a week, they'll be fine, and it got me thinking about relationships and how I should remind KE every day that I love her, and not just say it, but prove it. Proving it meaning, like, holding a door for her, or kissing her forehead, and complimenting her, things that she does see as love. And I need to do that often. Yes, I know she knows I love her. I assume she knows that I love her, and she's told me she knows, but it's good to always tell her that. And it got me thinking about, like, who else do I need to say that to, or who else do I need to remind that our friendship is still important. And it's very difficult sometimes, because whenever too much time passes, then you worry, like, oh god, they're gonna be so mad at me that I took this long to get back to them and ask how they're doing. Oh god, I know Rabbit and I had that issue of, we went about a year without communication. And it was very upsetting because we left off and it just faded into not talking to each other. And so I had messaged her and I was like, how are you? And it was the perfect time and everything, and now we communicate every single day, and our friendship is back to being a healthy and good one. And I've had those instances where I thought somebody hated me because we hadn't communicated in so long, and I just, well, they hate me. I don't know what I did, but they hate me. And then a year and a half later, they messaged me on Facebook, and it was nothing major, but they wanted to just be like, hey, I'm sorry we lost touch. Here's what's been going on in my life. That's why we lost touch. But also, how are you? And no, it didn't start a huge friendship up again, but it was a reminder that our friendship actually was still important. It still did matter. So from just a little thing like algae balls, Marimo, I was reminded of how just those tiny little reminders mean so much and can maintain strong bonds. And so I want to leave that up to you now of who do you think you need to remind that they matter to you? Who do you need to reconnect with? Or even if you have a connection, who do you just need to do small reminders to? I know with parents, it means the world to them if you'll just even come up to them and ask for a hug and stuff just for no reason. If you don't have that type of relationship, just going up to them and being like, you know, thank you for what you've done for me. And actually mean it and be sincere. They have done a lot for you, so thank them for it. If you have a horrible relationship with your parents, then whoever helped you in those times, thank them. Even if they know that you're thankful, a good reminder goes a long way. So that's the thoughts that came from bathing my Marimo, but I thought it was important to share.